Ebusianfo me chia mu nyinaa. Me gidi se obia ho ye. Erade adom me nso me ho ye pa. So there have been videos in the past on how to ask for someone's name and also tell yours, how to ask for where someone is from and also tell where you're from, how to ask for where someone lives and also tell where you live. If you missed any of those, please click on the link above to go check them out. So today I want us to put all those together, and not just that, we are going to add more so that in the end you'll be able to tell not just your name but your nickname as well. You'll be able to tell where you're from, where you live, where you were born, where you grew up, what you do by way of occupation, your interests, how many people there are in your family, how many siblings you have, and all those. So I'm sure you agree with me that this is going to be a very important topic, not just because it will help you to be able to introduce yourself properly in Chi, but the lines of this lesson are also going to serve as responses to most of the basic questions that you might come by when you are talking with a Chi speaker. And as comprehensive as this lesson is bound to be, I advise that you get yourself a pen or a pencil and a notebook because you are going to take notes. Okay, so do get those ready. The lesson starts after this. So let's start with your name, telling your name. And if you've already taken our lesson on how to tell your name in Chi, you would know that we have 4 basic ways of telling our names. So for the first one, we have Midin De. Midin De. My name is. Okay, Midin De. So you just add your name to this and you are done. Okay, so if you are called, for example, Akwesi Boache, you just say Midin De Akwesi Boache. Midin De Akwesi Boache. And for the second one, we have Yefreme Akwesi Boache. Yefreme Akwesi Boache. Let's go to the third one. We have Mede Akwesi Boache. Mede Akwesi Boache. And for the last one, we have Wofreme Akwesi Boache. Wofreme Akwesi Boache. Now, I have arranged these in the order of the most popular to the least popular per my experience. All right, your experiences might be different, but based on my experiences, so what I hear most on the streets, I find that the first one is the most commonly used and the last one is the least commonly used, in that order. Okay, but you can use any of them and it works. So let's move on to your nickname. Okay, so maybe your actual name is Akwesi Boache, but people choose to call you, let's say, AB, for example. So let's say your nickname is AB. You can say your name first and then go ahead to add Wobe to me Afreme AB. Wobe to me Afreme AB. Now the wo that starts this is the singular you. Okay, so you only use this if you are talking to a single person. So you are saying you can call me AB. All right. But if you are talking to more than a single person, then you have to change the wo to mo, which is the plural you. Okay, so you get Mube to me Afreme AB. Okay, so if you are before a crowd and then you say Midin De Akwesi Boache, Mube to me Afreme AB. Okay, Mube to me Afreme AB, or any nickname for that matter. Just put it here and that's it. You can also say your name and then add Menam Fonum Freme AB. Menam Fonum Freme AB. Or you can link the two. So you can say Midin De Akwesi Boache Nanso. Okay, so you are linking with a conjunction. So the conjunction but. So you have Yefreme Akwesi Boache Nanso Menam Fonum Freme AB, or your nickname. Okay? Or you can go with Dodoɔ noa frɛ me AB. Dodoɔ noa frɛ me AB. So again, we can say yɛfrɛ me Akwasi Boakye. Nanso dodoɔ noa frɛ me AB. Yɛfrɛ me Akwasi Boakye. Nanso dodoɔ noa frɛ me AB. Let's move on to where you are from. And this is very simple. So you just say me free. Me free. Me free. And then you add the place that you are from to this. Okay? So if you are from Ghana, you say me free Ghana. Me free Ghana. If you are from America, you say me free America. Okay? Me free America. If you are from Nigeria, you say me free Nigeria. Me free Nigeria. Okay? So you just add where you are from to me free, and then you would have I'm from Kenya, I'm from Uganda, and all those. All right. Now, one thing that you need to note here is that the response that you get if you ask someone Ufrehe, which is where are you from, largely depends on whom you ask. Okay. So, for example, if I ask you as a foreigner, let's say you are white, for example, and I ask you Ufrehe, I'm most likely asking which country you are from. Okay, so you would respond with me free America, for example, me free London, for example. Okay, but within Ghana, if I ask a fellow Ghanaian, Ufrehe, I'm most likely asking which town he's from. So his hometown. So we use the same question to ask for where someone is from by way of his or her country, as well as his or her hometown. And we use the same format for the response. So whether we are responding with our country or our hometown, we start with me free. And then you just add the name of the country or the name of the town. Okay? So for example, if I'm from Koforidua, I will say me free Koforidua. Me free Koforidua. Right? Or me free Ahonjo. Me free Ahonjo. Now let's go to nationality. I've told you about the present suffix ni, correct? Yeah. So I told you that if you come by any tree word that ends in ni, it is a clue that the word is in reference to a person. Okay, so that whatever comes before the ni determines what the person does or what a person is. Okay, so for example, to teach is chre. Okay, chre or chre adie. So if we double chre, we get chre, which means you teach severally. Okay, so not once, it's something that you do, right? If we add ni to this, we get ochre ni, and that is a teacher. So a person who teaches on a regular basis is a teacher, ochre ni. Again, if we have the verb sua, which is to learn or to study, and then we attach the present suffix ni to this, we get sueni or usieni, which is a learner. Okay, so a person who learns from somebody else is usieni. Okay, now I'm giving you this background because if we attach this ni suffix to the name of any country, we get a person who is from that country. Okay, so this is what we use to tell our nationality. So if you want to say, for example, I'm Ghanaian, you just say meye Ghana ni. Meye Ghana ni. Meye Ghana ni. If you want to say I'm American, you say meye American ni. Meye American ni. So wherever it is that you are from, just attach ni to the name of the country, and then you bring meye in front of that, and that's it. Okay, so meye Nigeria ni, okay, meye Togo ni, okay, meye Kenya ni. Now let's move to where you live. And again, this is very simple. You just say mete, and then you add the place where you live to this. Okay, so the name of the place where you live, just add it to mete, and that's it. All right. So if you live in, let's say, Kumasi, you say mete Kumasi. Mete Kumasi. If you want to be specific with the actual town that you live within Kumasi, you say mete, for example, Bantama. Okay, mete Bantama, or mete Swami. Mete Swami. Okay, if you live outside Ghana, just add the name of the town in which you live. Mete London, mete New York. On to where you were born. So the place where you were born, you just say yewo me wo, and then you add the name of the place where you were born to this. Okay, so yewo me wo, and then the place. The wo that you find here is to give birth, all right, to born. So yewo me wo, and then the name of the place where you were born. So for example, if you were born in Accra, you can say yewo me wo Nkran. Yewo me wo Nkran. Yewo me wo Nkran. And you can start linking them up with your conjunctions. We have lessons on some of the conjunctions. I'll leave them up here. So you can start to link them with your conjunctions, the but, the end, and all those. So for example, I can say yewo me wo Nkran, nanso mete Kumasi. Yewo me wo Nkran, nanso mete Kumasi. It's actually the opposite for me. Yewo me wo Nkran, nanso mete Kumasi. Now let's go to where you grew up. All right. So for that we say minyini wo, and then you add the place. Okay. Minyini wo. Now the nyini here is the verb to grow. Okay, to grow. So minyini wo, and then you add the name of the place to this. Okay, so if you grew up in, for example, Kenya, you say minyini wo Kenya. Okay, minyini wo Kenya, or minyini wo Kufuridia. Minyini wo Kufuridia. So you can say, for example, yewo me wo Nkran, minyini wo Kufuridia, nanso mete Kumasi. All right, so you link them up. Now let's go to what you do by way of employment. All right, there are 3 basic ways of telling your occupation. So you can tell what you are, so your job title, for example. You can tell what you do, so the activity, what exactly you do. And you can also tell where you work. Okay, so 3 ways. Let's look at all 3. So let's start with what you are by way of your job. What do you do? What are you? Okay, so in English, when you say I'm a doctor, I'm a nurse, I'm a, and all those. And for that, you need to know your occupation's vocabulary. I'll leave a link up here. You need to go check them out. So you just say meye. Okay, meye. And then add the name of your profession to this. Okay, so first you need to review our lessons on, the occupations, and then pick yours. All right, so you need to know what you are, your profession name, and then add it to meye, and that's it. Okay, so I, for example, I'm a teacher, so I can say meye ochirechireni. Meye ochirechireni. Meye ochirechireni. Okay, If I were a farmer, for example, I would say meye okuani. Meye okuani. Okay? If I were a police officer, I would say meye opolicini. Meye opolicini. If I were a lawyer, I would say meye mranimfo. Meye mranimfo. Okay, so whatever your occupation is, just add it to meye and that's it. But then you can also tell what it is that you do, so the activity in itself. So in English, you say I teach, I drive, I sing, for example. In Chi, we would say meto jom. Meto jom. Meto jom. So for here, you need to know the verb for the activity, okay? And then you just add it to your subject pronoun. So you say meto jom. To jom is to sing, okay? So meto jom, I sing. That's it, right? I teach, so I will say mechre adie. Mechre adie. Mechre adie. So chre adie is to teach, right? If I were a driver, so I drive, I would say meka car. Meka car. Meka car. And on, right? So you need to find the verb for the exact activity that you are engaged in and then just add it to the subject pronoun me. And you have it. And lastly, we can talk about where you work. So the place where you work. And for that, we say, meye ejuma wo. And then you add the name of the place where you work to this. So it can be the name of the company where you work or the name of the place where your company is located. Okay? So we can say, for example, meye ejuma wo Kokobot. Meye ejuma wo Kokobot. Okay? Or meye ejuma wo Kumasi. Meye ejuma wo Kumasi. Let's go to school. So for school, if you are still in school and you want to say I school at so and so, you can say meko suku wo Asantemai ntwaswo suku. Meko suku wo asantemai ntwaswo suku. Meko suku wo asantemai ntwaswo suku. If you are done with school, but you want to say, I went to school at so and so school, then you say meko nungwa ntwaswo suku, for example. Okay? Meko nungwa ntwaswo suku. So what is happening here is we've turned the verb ko, which is to go, into the past tense by doubling the final letter. So we have meko I went. Okay? So meko suku wo nungwa ntwaswo suku. You can also go with miwie kwame nkroma suapon. Miwie kwame nkroma suapon. Miwie kwame nkroma suapon. So whichever university that you completed, you can replace, this kwame nkroma suapon with that. Okay? So if it's, for example, Webster University that you completed, you can say miwie Webster suapon. Okay? Miwie Webster suapon. Or you can go with what you studied in that school. So you can say, for example, misua nkuntabu wo wineba suapon mu. Misua nkuntabu wo wineba suapon mu. So again, whatever it is that you studied, you can replace nkuntabu with that. And then you have I studied this or that in this university. Okay? So misua brofokasa wo Webster suapon mu, for example. Mesua brofo kasa wo Webster suapon mu. And lastly, you can go with your qualification. So you can say mekuta suapon abodin krata a edikan. Mekuta suapon abodin krata a edikan. Mekuta suapon abodin krata a edikan. Okay? Mekuta suapon abodin krata edikan. Now let's move on to family. How many people are there in your family? You just say nipa dash na wowo mebusuamu. Nipa dash na wowo mebusuamu. So whatever the number is, you just put it, in this placeholder. So you have, for example, let's say you have 6 people in your family. You just say nipa nsia na wowo mebusuamu. So nsia is 6. You need to know your numbers. Again, I'll leave a link to, that lesson up here. It's actually more, so it's not one. I'll leave links to all the numbering lessons up here. You can click on it to go check it out after you are done with this one. So we say nipa nsia na wowo mebusuamu. If there are 9 people in your family, you say nipa nkron na wowo mebusuamu. Nipa nkron na wowo mebusuamu. If there are 10 people in your family, you say nipa du na wowo mebusuamu. Nipa du na wowo mebusuamu. If there are 3 people in your family, you say nipa miensa na wowo mebusuamu. Nipa miensa na wowo mebusuamu. How about siblings? So how many siblings do you have? You say mewo nianom dash. Okay? Mewo nianom dash. So again, you put the number here in the placeholder. So if you have 3 siblings, you say mewo nianom miensa. Mewo nianom miensa. If you have 19 siblings, you say mewo nianom dunkron. Mewo nianom dunkron. Okay? If you have 99 siblings, you say mewo nianom ediokron kron. Mewo nianom ediokron nkron. Mewo nianom ediokron nkron. Now let's go to your relationship, your marital status, right? Are you married? Are you not married? Are you dating? Do you have a girlfriend? Do you have a boyfriend? And all those. If you are married, you say maware. 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 Okay? Maware. If you are not married, you say menware ye. Menware ye. Menware ye. Okay? If you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you say mewo mpena. Mewo mpena. Mewo mpena. And for us, we don't distinguish between girlfriend and boyfriend. We use the same term. So mpena can go for boyfriend or girlfriend. So you say mewo mpena. I have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Okay? If you don't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you say mini mpena. And if you remember, the wo that we used in mewo mpena is the to have verb. Okay? To have. We did a lesson on that. I'll leave a link up here. There are actually a bunch of lessons today. So I'll leave a link up here to check it out if you haven't done so already. So that wo is to have. And I told you that the negative of that verb, because that verb is irregular, the negative doesn't follow the standard negation rule that we have in Chi. So I told you that wo is to have, but ni is to not have, the negative. Okay? So we said me wo mpena. Now the negative becomes me ni mpena. I don't have a girlfriend or a boyfriend. Okay? Me ni mpena. You can also go with me chi mpena. Me chi mpena. Me chi mpena. So the verb here is a phrasal verb chimpena, which means to date. Okay, so to go out with. So we have chi mpena. So if you say me chi mpena, you have I'm going out with this person or I'm dating that person. Okay, me chi mpena. Me chi mpena. Okay, you can also say me worry ye nanso me wo mpena. Me worry ye nanso me wo mpena. Me worry ye nanso me wo mpena. Another one is me ye sijeni. Me ye sijeni. Me ye sijeni. And then we have me ye kunafuo. Me ye kunafuo. Me ye kunafuo. Okay, let's add one more. If you are divorced, you say mejai awarie. Mejai awarie. Mejai awarie. Okay, mejai awarie. Now let's go to your interests. So your likes, all right? And we have two ways of expressing this. So you can use menije dash hun. Okay? Menije dash hun. So that whatever it is that you like, you put it in the placeholder here. So you have menije hun. Okay? So for example, if I like you, I will say menije wo hun. Okay? Menije wo hun. If I like the country Ghana, I will say menije or my Ghana hun. Okay, menije or my Ghana home. Or you can go with the basic verb pe, which is to like. Okay, pe, to like. So if I say me pe toffee, for example, me pe toffee, I like toffee. Okay, candy, right? So going back to the first one, I can say menije nyom ho. Menije nyom ho. Menije nyom ho. And I can add the adverb pa to this, and then I have menije nyom ho pa. Menije nyom ho pa. I can do the same for movies, so I can say menije sine ho pa. Menije sine ho pa. Menije sine ho pa. Alright? I can also say mepe nyom ne sini pa. Mepe nyom ne sini pa. Mepe nyom ne sini pa. If I like to cook, I can say mepe aduane noa. Mepe aduane noa. Mepe aduane noa. Alright? And if I want to be specific on the type of music that I like, I can say nyumwa mepe pa ne kasahari. Nyumwa mepe pa ne kasahari. Nyumwa mepe pa ne kasahari. So whatever the type of music that you like, you can replace kasahari with that, and that's it. So if you like high life, for example, you can replace that with kasahari, and then you have nyumwa mepe pa ne high life. Okay? Nyumwa mepe pa ne high life. And if you want to tell the particular movie that you enjoy the most, you can say sini a m'ani gye ho paa ne, and then you put the title of the movie here. Okay, so sini a m'ani gye ho paa ne enu samanpa, for example. Okay, sini a m'ani gye ho paa ne enu samanpa. Sini a m'ani gye ho paa ne enu samanpa. If you want to talk about your favorite actor, for example, you say sini yefo a m'ani gye ne ho paa ne, and then you put the name of that actor here. Okay, so sini yefo a m'ani gye ne ho paa ne Ejaku, for example. Okay, sini yefo a m'ani gye ne ho paa ne Ejaku. Sini yefo a m'ani gye ne ho paa ne Ejaku. Sini yefo a m'ani gye ne ho paa ne Ejaku. Okay, so you can, repeat this over and over again until you perfect it. You can also talk about your favorite musician, for example. Okay, so for that you say ojontoni a m'ani gye ne ho paa ne, and then you put the name of that particular musician here. Okay, so you have ojontoni a m'ani gye ne ho paa ne Okonfo Kwade, for example. Okay, ojontoni a m'ani gye ne ho paa ne Okonfo Kwade. So what we changed here is the sini yefo to ojontoni. So sini yefo is an actor, and then we have ojontoni as a singer or a musician. Now let's go to your favorite food. So the food that you like the most, you say aduane a mepɛ paa ne, and then you put the name of the food here. Okay, aduane a mepɛ paa ne fufuo ne apɔnkyenkrakra, for example. Okay, aduane a mepɛ paa ne fufuo ne apɔnkyenkrakra. Aduane a mepɛ paa ne fufuo ne apɔnkyenkrakra. Okay, so whatever your favorite food is, just replace fufuo ne apɔnkyenkrakra here with that. So if yours is, for example, banku and pepper, you can say aduane a mepɛ paa ne banku ne mako. Okay, aduane a mepɛ paa ne banku ne mako. Aduane a mepɛ paa ne banku ne mako. And you can do same with the game that you enjoy the most. So for that you can say agro a mepɛ paa ne, and then you put the name of that particular game here. Okay, so if yours is football, for example, you say agro a mepɛ paa ne bɔɔlo. Agro a mepɛ paa ne bɔɔlo. Agro a mepɛ paa ne bɔɔlo. You can even use this same frame for your favorite color, for example. So color in Chi is ahosuo. Okay, ahosuo. So you just replace agro or aduane with ahosuo, and that's it. So within the same frame, you say ahosuo a mepɛ paa ne, and you put the name of your favorite color here. Again, we have a lesson on the colors, the basic colors that we have in Chi, the vocabulary. You can check them out. I'll leave links up here or further below. Okay, so let's say my favorite color is white. That's actually my favorite color. So you say ahosuo a m'ani gye ho paa ne fufuo. Ahosuo a m'ani gye ho paa ne fufuo. So fufuo is one of the names for the color white, but we also have another name which is fitaa, and that is the most common. Okay, so you can say ahosu a m'ani gye ho paa ne fitaa. Ahosu a m'ani gye ho paa ne fitaa. Right, so let's end today's lesson here. This, as I promised, is a very comprehensive lesson, and I advise that you go back, take the lesson a few times, make sure you take your notes, memorize most of the lessons. If you have these, you'll be able to get by easily the next time that you're in Ghana, okay? Because with these, you'll be able to respond to most of our basic questions and all that, all right? And this will also form a basis for us to look at other topics that relate to the self, okay? Thank you guys very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so before you leave. And if you haven't taken any of the lessons that I talked about in the course of this lesson, you can click on the link above, go check them out. Thank you guys, and I hope to see you next time. It's bye for now.